Hey lovelies, it's your girl Tanika Elaine and we back in this thing. Alright, so as you can tell by the title, today I am going to be laying my wig. Try to lay it. Okay, so warning, I am not a professional. No professional. I just look at YouTube videos and I try to get tips and tricks from them. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is open up our stocking cap. I'm going to be using this stocking cap I have. I'm only going to use one. So go ahead and place that on our head. Okay, and also I'm not a good braider. So yeah, place it over my head. I'm going to strap it too. Okay, so and pull it down as far as you can. All right, so after I do that, I then get my Gots to be Glue free spray. Okay, and then I also get a comb. And I spray this around the edges. Okay, so this is gonna make this cap stay down, so our ball cap method will work. So let me shake it all up. You want to make sure whenever you put it on, you can use your finger or a comb just to make sure. And we're just spraying this around our edges. Make sure the cap does not come up. And again, I am no professional. I'm just doing what I've seen others do on videos. Okay? So, yeah. And then you get your blow dryer. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pause for a second. So what I'm gonna do now is just blow dry the perimeter where I put that freeze spray. Okay, and make sure you blow dry it on cool. You don't want it to get melt. Okay, so 1 second, let me go ahead and so what I'm gonna do now is cut out my ears. This is just gonna help flatten. So just be careful whenever you're cutting. I just cut like a little hole around my ear area, and this is gonna pull over my ear just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna place another one right over here. Just cutting out where we want our ear to be. Okay, so again, you're just gonna follow the same method you just did with this Gots to be freeze spray. Again, we're just spraying it around the perimeter because we want this cap to stay. Okay, and again, you can use your comb because, or you can wash your hands, either or. You see how it's kind of dripping down, so just whenever I cut my cap, I'm gonna have to pull that up some if I don't want it if I don't want the glue or if I don't want the cap to be laid that low. I can just pull it up. Just, again, make sure you're being careful. And this is just, again, I'm no professional. This is just what I've seen on YouTube. Okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and dry this again. So I'm going to go ahead and pause you all. All right, so I dried this probably about a minute or maybe a little bit longer than a minute, probably like 2 or 3 minutes on cool. Just make sure whenever you're drying it, you are putting it on cool setting. So now I'm going to go over the part, so this should be all kind of dry and you should feel it is hard. I'm gonna go over it with some of this Gots to be glue. I use the black one. Sometimes I use this, but I go back over it with this Gots to be glue just so, again, my cap will stay laid. And you see, I really need another one, so I'm just, again, putting it around the edges, right where it's currently kind of dry and hard. I'm just putting it right around there. And I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'm probably going to dry this just a little bit and start to cut my caps. So again, I want this to kind of be hard so this cap does not come up, which will create that little ball cap method to make it look like scalp. Again, I'm no professional. This is probably what I heard somebody say before, but it really does though. Yes, it really does make it look like that. So again, okay, so I put that around the edges, right where I put that freeze spray. And I'm just trying to make this cap stay laid. Okay. Excuse me, I know I look like a mess today, and I'm kind of rushing also because I do have somewhere to go, so I'm gonna be kind of rushing. Okay. All right, so stay tuned. I'm about to get to drying just a little bit again on cool setting, and I'll get right back with you. All right, so it's pretty much dry around the edges. From here, I'm gonna go and cut off the excess cap that I don't want, of course, to be showing. All right, so be very careful whenever you are cutting off the cap. You don't want to cut your hair. Okay. Okay, so yes, we're just cutting off the cap. So you kind of see how it's supposed to have the illusion of being your scalp. All right. Make sure I didn't cut my hair. All right, so from here I have my foundation, and I'm just gonna put it on a little sponge that I'm probably not gonna use or needs to be clean anyway. And I'm gonna put it on the cap just to make, of course, it again look even more realistic. Put a little bit too much to blend this in. So our goal is to again make this look like your scalp. So you're gonna put this everywhere where you feel like could possibly be showing, where you might put a part. And I just normally take it all the way kind of back because the parting space on the wig is not that deep, so I don't have to put it all over the cap, but just take it to the middle of my head. Okay. All right, yes. Looking good. And I did bleach the knots in my wig, so hopefully that helps out a little bit as well to make it look natural. Okay. All right. So there we go. All right, so hold tight. We're about to put on this wig. All right, so far I just sprayed some freeze spray around the edges. And from here, I'm gonna start to pull the lace down to kind of stick, hopefully, on the lace. So whenever I'm doing this part, I try to do it in little sections, but sometimes it doesn't work like that. So I'm just gonna push down what I've laid so far. Okay. And stay back. All right, so yeah, I'm just trying to layer down. Okay. So yes. All right, so it is sticking pretty well so far. So I'm gonna start to cut off of the lace. And again, this is another part you wanna be very careful with. You don't wanna cut too far back or too not far enough back. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at the middle. And you can do this before if you like, it's completely up to you. And from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut across. Okay, so we're just cutting this lace off. We want to say what lace. That's our goal, to say what lace. I'm gonna have to curly cut it up just a little bit. And make sure whenever you're doing this, you're using very sharp scissors. I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so right now, like I said, I'm just cutting off this lace. Cutting it off. Cut it off in pieces or however you want, as long as you get it cut. Okay, you can kind of see it sticking to me, so I'm sorry. If you get the Got2b glue like on your head, you can easily just cut that, wipe it off with alcohol. All right, so stay tuned. I'm going to cut off the rest of this lace, get a little bit closer to the mirror so I can see better. So stay tuned so you can see the final. All right, lovely. So yes, this is the final look that we came up with. So off camera, all I did was continue to cut the lace on the wig, as well as I laid my baby hairs, and a little of the wig was kind of coming up, so I did cut the wig back a little bit more and lay the wig flat, and I just used again my frizz spray, and I dried it to let it just flatten a little bit more so it can look even more flatter and melted once I did put the wig on. Okay, so yes, this is my final result. Let me know what you think. And I also made some baby hairs, cut a little baby hairs in. Yes, your girl kind of went overboard with the baby hairs, but hey, it's okay. I'm not good at baby hairs. I'm not good. To lay my baby hairs, I just used some mousse and I used my little toothbrush. So I just had some mousse here at the house, the Soft and Beautiful. Almost out of it. Yes, I did use that to lay my baby hairs, but I think it came out pretty good. And again, you know, I'm no professional, so I want you all to stop right now. If you have any tips or tricks for me to perfect this ball cap method, let me know right now in the comments. Let me know. Drop them down. Let me know how I can perfect this look. All right, so I want to thank you all for tuning in and watching my video. And if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and turn those post notifications on so you will be the first to know whenever I drop a new video. Okay, so yes, again, this is the final look that we have. All right, lovelies. Love ya.